A story that really sounded a lot like a TV show, and now it could become one, a TV series based on the college admissions cheating scandal. It's in the works. And that's just the latest news and the fallout from that story that really exposed the rich and powerful. Stars including Loughlin, Felicity Huffman, accused of using cash to help get their kids into college. And these two stars, they've taken different paths in this already. Felicity Huffman pleaded guilty to a charge of conspiracy to commit fraud, but Loughlin has pleaded not guilty and is fighting charges of conspiracy to commit fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. She maintains her innocence. Any way you slice it, though, you got to figure it's going to be a pretty rough Mother's Day for these parents. I spoke with one funny mother, Dina Blizzard, and Bob Bianchi, a former prosecutor and host, Law & Crime Network. I did that a short time ago. All right, Dina, we talked about this story when it first broke. You were pretty fired up as a mom who felt the pressure of getting your kid into college. I think your son's just wrapping up his first year. Do you have any newfound sympathy for Loughlin or Felicity Huffman as this has played out?
No, I don't think anybody does. I think, you listen to the story from the beginning, you're like, this is ridiculous. I think at this point, everybody's looking for how does this resolve? What are the punishments for this, so that we can make it so that everyone has as even a playing field as possible. He's finishing up his first year, and I've said before, he goes to a state school. He got into some other great schools, and we couldn't afford it. And so we said, okay, let's go to a state school. And guess what? You'll live a great life, and you'll be a wonderful person. And he's had a great year. And I just think that there are tons of kids who should be afforded the same opportunities, and I'm interested to see, how it all kind of pans out.
Sure. Big amen from a lot of our viewers out there. But you mentioned punishment. Bob, you got Loughlin pleading not guilty. So could she pay the big money for the high-priced lawyer and walk?
Hey, Mike and Dino, this is the situation that she's dealing with. It is extremely reckless. From all accounts, Mike, the case against her is very solid, and her husband as well. What Felicity Huffman did is a model in how to defend yourself. You get in quickly to the U.S. Attorney's Office. You get what they call acceptance of responsibility credits. You don't force them to move forward on your case. She's only looking at 10 months and potentially no jail time at all. Now, look at Loughlin. Exactly the opposite bad way to go about it. You're tempting the beast here. When you're pleading not guilty, they're going back into the grand jury. They're getting additional charges. Mike, here's the dynamic. Under the federal system, it's what we call the Sessions memo is out there, which says that you have to plead to the most serious and readily provable offense. So every time the feds go in there and add on a charge, she's ratcheting up Loughlin, her responsibility, and the plea is going to be much worse because she won't get acceptance of responsibility credit. So expect, if there is a plea, that it's going to be more than what Huffman got for sure.
Hey, Dina, your thoughts on Loughlin potentially walking free here?
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes zero sense. Who in the world is advising this woman? I just think if there's a possible way that she walks, it sends a horrible message to every kid that's going to college to think that, okay, go to college, make a lot of money, and then pay for your children. The whole thing is horrible. And you look at just her as a person. This was somebody with Aunt Becky. Everybody loved her great shows on Hallmark Channel. You're like, you can't even be half the person you played on television and just own up to what you did and just, hey, I'm sorry, this was a mistake. Listen, I would much rather her come forward and say, listen, I'm sure as a mother, every mother out there could totally relate to somebody saying, I just wanted what was best for my kid. Every mother, I'd be like, I respect that. That I respect. I think you went about it wrong, but I totally respect that you want what's best for your kid.
Guys, thanks again. Bob and Dean again. Loughlin pleaded not guilty. We'll see how it plays out.